Well, hello. It's the unfiltered four again. Gane, we're here. We're unfiltered. I can say the F word.
Yep.
Welcome, ladies.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
how y'all doing?
I'm
Good.
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 I'm tired. I think a couple
Yep.
of us are tired.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yep.
slept last night. I just saw your text this a little while ago that you woke up at 2:30 and go, "Is anybody up?"
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
I
did
couldn't
have to pee
sleep.
at that time, but I was so tired I didn't even because sometimes I text you guys, "Hey, I'm peeing."
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Usually I would have been up, but I had doctors today, so I had to go to bed early. And
Yeah,
then I
I
got
stayed
up at
up.
5 o'clock this
I
morning.
got up at 5:30 because I stayed up the last 4 nights because I was off, and now it's like, so. Anyway, enough about our fun stuff. Today's topic is therapy sessions. If you're in therapy or if you take anxiety medicine, which I do,
Hmm.
I think this is a great thing. We like to rotate one fun week, one sad week. Not sad,
Well, more serious.
Yeah, more
more serious.
serious.
That's it. Thank you. So, who wants to start?
Well, I will because I'm going to
Let's
give a
see.
disclaimer.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever we talk about is our
Yes.
own personal experiences and opinions and not we are not doctors, we are not of the healthcare environment. Please speak with your doctor or healthcare provider before you take what we say to heart. Like, make sure you talk with professionals,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically. Hmm.
We are not professionals.
No, we're not.
Not in this field. Only in scamming. No,
This is just
Only
our
scammers.
in
personal
scamming, we are the
experience.
experts. Yes,
Right,
yes.
sissy. Personal experience only.
Right.
Right.
So,
Okay.
that being said, I struggled with anxiety for for probably my whole life without even realizing it. Um, and about 10 years ago, I had a really close friend. She's still really close to me. Um, and we had this, I don't know, there was this person that was in between, and there was like a lot of, I wasn't sure if she was mad at me. It was a whole thing. And it got so embedded in my head that I thought she was mad at me that I had this full up panic attack. And that's when she said, I told her she lived next door to me. And she said, "Okay, I don't care what happened. You need help. Like you need to go to the doctor." So at that point, then I got on some medication, and um, it's been working. And then up until recently, um, I've come to the between this again. I've talked to my healthcare provider, and we've made the decision to put me on HRT, the hormone replacement therapy, because I'm perimenopausal. So that has increased my anxiety. And my psychologist, she said, let's up your anxiety meds. So I didn't want to be on meds. I didn't want to do I didn't want to, I thought, I can handle this. I can handle this. It's okay to say, I can't do this anymore. I can't.
Sometimes you need help, a little
Right,
help.
Yeah.
right. I don't see a therapist necessarily for like um mental health or anything like that. I would if they thought I needed it, but I currently do not. Um, I'd be open to it, but I don't know. Don't downplay what you're going through. I don't think mental health is talked about enough as a society. It's getting better. It's gotten much better. And don't let people talk you out of medication. Like my brother, he does not want to be on medication. He chooses to do recreational medication that doesn't help, but he thinks it does. And he doesn't want to be, oh, why are you on this? Why are you on it? Well, because it's good for me. It works for me. Um, but um, I think it's important to take care of yourself first because then you can take care of other people. And I struggle. I mean, I do struggle every once in a while. I go through my moments, but um, don't be afraid to say I need help.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been on anxiety medicine since I think it's 2003. I was having all these weird things with my body. I was always having heart palpitations, and I thought it was from too much caffeine, which probably attributed to it. But I ended up going to the doctor and we sat down. The first thing she said is, "What's going on in your life?" And I busted into tears, raising my daughter by myself, working, it was a lot. And so she put me on something. This, I think, was Zyprexa, which is for bipolar disorder, but it's also a mood stabilizer. And she said, "I think this will take care of how you're feeling." And it did work. But what I didn't realize was when I switched doctors in 2016, that doctor didn't like that medicine. And she said, "How about we try you without it for a while? And then if you feel like you need something, there's plenty other things for us to choose." I said, "Sure." I thought, well, no, it was awful. I mean, I slowly reduced, and it was awful. Um, I had all these pains. I was emotional. I had a pain on my side. I had a pain here. I mean, I thought I was dying.
Uh-huh.
I had like what felt like bladder infections. And every time I went to the doctor, I mean, I went like 3 weeks in a row and there's no bladder infection. So, and then it was around my mother's birthday and Mother's Day were the same day. And so that was hard. And then, so some doctor goes, "Okay, we're going to go see a urologist. And then we're going to give you something else." So I take what is the generic of Celexa. I don't know if it's 20 or 40 milligrams. And I could tell within a few days how much better I felt. I went to the urologist, and I think that had a lot to do with my anxiety, me feeling like I had a bladder infection. And the urologist, well, when I went to the gynecologist, yeah, I was telling him what was going on. And he goes, "Oh, that sounds like intestinal cystitis," which
Uh-huh.
is, there's no real like a pill or anything for it,
Right.
but it has to do, like, Mexican food. I did a very minor case of it. And so I'm like, I'm not going to not Mexican food. So anyway, it's been fine. I've been taking this medicine since 2016 and it's fantastic. And what was funny was when I got off that other medicine, I could tell a difference because I felt like I was I mean, I didn't laugh, but like when I was on the new medicine and I would start laughing, I would think to myself, "Oh my God, I'm laughing." Not that I didn't laugh before, but it was a different feeling. Um, and it was just, I can't explain it in a good way, but it was just different. And then when I switched to the Celexa, it's like, yeah, I feel better. I feel normal, as normal as I can be, but and then I've been on it ever since. And I didn't have to see a psychiatrist or anything. It was just through my medical doctor. So, but my mom took medicine too for anxiety, and I was not shy about wanting it. I wanted something to feel better, and that helped. So, there's no reason for you to be ashamed.
No, there's not.
There's actually, I had a test done that they swab you because each person is different medications is like where one of us might be on this and somebody might be on this. They did a swab on me, and the type that I was on then, you have like the good kind, the maybe kind, and no kind. So the one that I was taking then was like, no way. So there was only
Oh.
two that would be better for myself, and it was the Alexa and another kind of forget the name of it. But I've been on Celexa forever, and the only thing I think they have is the 20 and the 40. It only goes up to 40 milligram.
I can tell you right now.
Yeah, because I think I was on the 40 milligram, but it
20
was only
milligrams.
two
Yeah.
different medicines that I was on that my body would adjust to me better.
Yeah.
But there is a swab out there because I told the doctor, I said, I'm sick and tired of you all switching me from this one to this one to this one to see which one's better for me. Just do the swab and get it over with.
Mm,
And they
interesting.
did, and mine's
Never
been
heard
really
that.
good with me. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It goes by your body chemistry. Like I say, everybody will be different. Where
Yeah.
some types of medicine will be good for me or you, or not so good for this person or the next person. And it's the kind that you don't have to talk to psychologists, psychiatrists, whichever.
Yeah.
Which not that that is a bad thing at all,
Yeah.
but they do have it to where you can get swabbed, and they send it off and tell you what's a better kind for your body and what your body's
That's
like in
awesome.
certain things. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
my ex-husband had, oh my God, I was pregnant with Rachel. He had it really bad. I mean, I was to the point, God, dude, just shake it, okay? You can get,
yeah.
this was worse than mine. I mean, we went to the ER. He ended up having to go into like a psychiatric place for a week to because they were going to have to change his medicine, and they needed him there in case he had issues and whatever. And it's awful. But mine's never been that bad. So, and he's a bonehead anyway. So,
Yep.
It does. It runs in my family. Almost every single person in our family is on some type of depression medicine or anxiety medication. And at one point, I mean, I was the type of person that didn't talk about it because when I was diagnosed, it was not talked about.
Mhm.
You would it was taboo. I mean, and I was like, one night we went to, I'll never forget that night, Walmart. And I ended up having a severe panic attack in Walmart to the point where I actually got sick.
Mm.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And husband put me in the car. We came home, called my doctor. He says, I want to see you. I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? I was always tired. I didn't want to be around nobody, didn't want to talk to nobody, nothing. I mean, even to get me out of the house, I would lay my clothes out a week before if I knew I had to go somewhere because I did not leave my house at one point for almost 7 years,
Wow.
except to go to a doctor's appointment. That was it.
Mm.
I did not talk to anybody. No. The doctor looks at me. He says, yeah, you're going to need therapy. Uh, I'm like, why? There ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just fine. He's like, no, you're not fine. And to get me to admit, yeah, I thought he was full of crap.
Mhm.
I really did. And until I got the call from the therapist, and I'll never forget that lady, she says, "You have to promise me that you will come. I have the perfect therapist for you, and he can work miracles." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." I said, "Well, I'll give this a try, but that's it." I said, "If I don't see some kind of results within a month, I'm out of here." She's like, "Okay, fair enough, fair enough." She said, "But I believe I have the right person for you." I was like, "Okay." So I get there. Here he comes out, older man. I'm like, "Oh, Jesus. Yeah. If he don't look like a clown." Husband looks at me. He says, "Just give it a try." I was like, "Fine. I'll give it a try, but I really don't know. I really don't." He said, I went in, I'll never forget him. He says, "I heard you're going to be a tough one." He said, "And that's why they chose me for you." He
Your
said,
reputation preceded you.
"Yeah." He said, "You're really going to be a hard one for me to crack." He said, "I've had one other case that was hard like yours." He said, "But you're going to be hard." But he was willing to put in the effort if I was willing to put in the effort.
Mhm.
He said, "That's the only way this is going to work." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." You know, I kept my answers short and to the point with him. I didn't want to give him too much information offhand because I wanted to see if he would catch on. And not even 5 minutes after getting started, he says, "Sandy?" I said, "Yeah." "What?" Like that. He says, "You sound like you're very upset." I said, "You think?" like, like, like that. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But we can do this. I just need you to understand. This is going to be very hard. It's going to be very difficult at times. Other times, it will not seem like you're doing anything, but you are." I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Let's get started." He was like, "How many times a week can you come?" I was in therapy 3 days a week.
Wow.
That's how bad my depression and anxiety and stuff was. And
Oh my gosh.
I was never put on medication. And he said, "The first thing we got to do is we got to get you to see the psychiatrist." He said, "I can help you from a therapist point of view, but I really do believe you need to be on something." I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, right." I mean, and at the time, I was like that because I was on 32 different kinds of medication already. I did not want no more. I did not want to take no more. He said, "But you're going to have to. We got to get you to break through and get you over this hump." I'm like, "Okay." So they put me on medication, and the one, I can't remember what it was, but I took it. And I told husband, I said, "I'm seeing spiders." He was like, "Huh?" I said, "I'm seeing spiders. They're going up the wall."
Ooh.
He's like, "Sandy, there's nothing there. There's nothing going up the wall." I said, "I'm telling you, there's spiders going up the wall." So he calls the doctor, tells him, he's he's like, "You got to quit the medication. We're going to have to get you back in here, get you on something else. You can't take that." I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do? Be y'all's guinea pig? He said, pretty much until we figure out what is going to work for you.
Mhm.
And of all things, they ended up putting me on Zoloft. And I was like, that little pill ain't going to do anything. It ain't. He was like, Sandy, let me tell you, it might be a little pill, but it's going to help you. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Then he had another psychiatrist come in and look at me. I said, so what is wrong with me? Am I crazy or what? Am I losing my mind or what is wrong with me? He said, well, you're not crazy, not losing your mind. He said, you suffer with severe depression, anxiety, social anxiety disorder, all that. He said, so it's going to be baby steps. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. He said, but Sandy, I do hate to tell you this, you're bipolar. And you've got a severe case of bipolar. I'm like, okay, and that was my answer to everything was okay, and he was writing shit down. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, you keep saying okay, and he said there's more in there that wants to come out, but you're not willing to tell me because you don't trust me. I said, no, I don't trust you. I said, you look like Bozo the Clown.
Sorry.
I did. I told him he looked like Bozo the Clown. He had the bushy hair. I'll never forget it.
Sissy.
I did,
He's so
sissy.
shy.
I could
No,
see
I'm
her
not.
really saying that.
And he always wore these big, colorful looking ties, but they were the bow tie things.
You should have seen him a nose.
And I'm like, are you really a doctor or what are you? He's like, no, I really am a psychiatrist. They brought me in because the other one, well, I must give her a breakdown. She didn't know what else to do with for me. So they brought him in because he was the top one. I'm like, just give me back to my therapist and I will be just fine. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I like him. He was like, well, that's the first positive thing I've heard you say. I said, oh, besides the fact that I told you you look like Bozo the Clown. I said, I still think you do, whether you believe it or not. Go to the men's room, look in the mirror. He's like, goes across the hall. He says, I think you need to come over here with Sandy. She's having a meltdown. My therapist comes in. I said, hi. He's like, yep, she's having a meltdown. He says, okay, Sandy, come across to here. You're going to be here for a little bit. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. What did I do now? I could not figure out why they were doing it. And he said, well, you're holding back, but then you keep saying certain words. He said, so there is something in there that wants to come out, but we got to get it to come out. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. So I went back with my therapist and he said, Sandy, did hear that you said that you liked me, right? I said, yeah, I think you're a pretty good guy. You know what you're doing. He was like, okay. He said, do you trust me? I said, no. No, I trust no man. He says, oh. He said, you just said so. I said, what? I don't. He said, and why is that? And that was it for me because I did have a major meltdown. I sat in his office and cried for 45 minutes. He said, well, I think I know what your problem is. I said, oh, really? He's like, yeah. He said it has to do with your childhood, right? I said, I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm no.
Hmm.
He's like, well, you're going to have to. No, I don't have to do anything but die like that. He's like, oh, no, we're not going to talk like that. I said, listen, you might be the therapist. If you want me to talk, I'm going to say whatever I got to say. And he just looked at me. He said, okay, okay. Yeah, I can work with that. I said, well, it looks to me like you really don't have a choice. If you want me to talk to you, I'm going to have to be comfortable and tell you on my own terms. He was like, yeah, they said you were going to be something else. He said, but wow. I'm like, okay. But
I mean, it's money.
Sandy ended up staying in therapy for 7 years. It took them 7 years to get out of me what all was wrong. And for everybody out there, another part was, sissies don't even know this. One of my other problems was I did have a miscarriage. And it was a boy. I wanted another child. Husband wanted a child. I was actually leaving my mom's, going down the steps because we lived in the same house, and I fell. And I ended up having a miscarriage.
Oh.
And I blamed that on myself because I kept saying, well, if I wouldn't have went up, checked on mom and everything, I wouldn't have lost the child. And he's like, you have to stop blaming yourself. I said, well, that's easier said than done. It really is. And then, as I was getting ready to complete my therapy, a year before I was released from therapy, my mom died. And that set me back. So I was going back to therapy again 3 times a week. But I also took my son along as well because he also looked at my mom as a mother figure as well. Because he was very close to her. And that's why he loves Patsy so much. For the simple fact, Patsy acts just like she did. She was always laughing, carrying on, having fun, no matter what. She didn't care. And she was always busy. And that's when he told me, he said, Sandy, I think you also need to find something to do in the community to get you out of the house and not stay in the house. Oh, yeah, that was a ball of fun. I loved doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went to the Catholic Church. They had a food pantry and a clothing ministry every week on Monday nights. Sandy and husband and everyone in our family worked in the clothing ministry part, sorting the clothes, getting the tables set up for on the Thursdays when they opened. And then on Thursdays, I would work in the food pantry part with my mom, my son, and my husband. And there was 2 other people in there as well at the time. So we did that for 25 years, which was just awesome. I love doing that. And if I could do it again, I would in a heartbeat. But I do not take any medication for anxiety, depression, or bipolar right now. But that may change because there is a lot going on now. And I
Yeah.
do feel I need to go maybe back into therapy at least once a week
Yeah.
and just go from there. But it's no shame.
Right.
And I'm going to say something that IB Princess has said time and time again.
Yep.
And Sissy said it the other night. You have to love yourself first before anyone else can love you.
That's right.
So take that to heart, people, because that is the honest to God's truth.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of my issues, too. They told me my main issue was I did not love myself enough to do what was necessary and that would had to be done to take care of myself. But it was hard. Yes, it's not easy. Is it worth it? 1000%.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
And if they put you on medicine, so be it.
Yeah.
I mean, just take it. I mean, it does help.
there are a lot of people now who are I would say there's more people on meds that aren't.
Right. And
Yeah.
I have to agree with that for the simple fact people talk
Mhm.
about it now.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people may not come out and say that they are for some reason, but it's not a
Right.
shame. It's
Right.
no shame at all.
I feel like there are going to be people like my brother who are going to say, well, you know, they're just pushing out meds, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pharma, it's big pharma. And you know, there is an element to that, but it's you wouldn't I kind of treat it the same way. And okay, not to sound um like one thing is worse than the other or equal to, but like okay, if you had cancer, you would go get chemo, right? Chemo and
Exactly.
radiation.
Yes, exactly.
And that's big pharma. I mean, you can say it's big pharma, and you know meds are bad, but if you need it, you need it. I mean, I don't know. Yes, you can get help, and you can, but sometimes you are not like that is not enough to get
Right.
you over that hump, and you
Right.
have a chemical
Exactly.
imbalance. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I know this is going to make some people mad, but at this point, I really don't give a damn. I really don't. Some of the people, Jerry and Nicole, I'm just going to go ahead and say their name
yep.
on TikTok. If you guys don't know who they are, don't go down the rabbit hole.
No, it's crazy.
It will mess with your mind. I cannot watch it. I have tried to figure him out, why he's doing the shit he's doing. He only picks disabled women to focus on. He basically brainwashes them into giving him money and stuff. And they do it. But every one of them have some type of mental disorder or they're disabled in some other way.
Yep.
He literally, Jerry, I hope you hear this because I am going to post this podcast. I hope you hear every single word we're saying. I don't care. You use and abuse every single woman online. You are no man. None. And I hope and pray to God that you get what's coming to you. And I hope when you go to court, I hope you're sentenced for a long time.
He is
He's not a very nice person. Period.
no, but he is he's letting Nicole think that she is his boyfriend or
Yes.
girlfriend, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And just leading her on and hey babe. And you look at those kind of people, and think, why her? Oh, because she has, mental disability or whatever she has, which I question that, but
Right.
she knows what she's doing.
Yes, she
She's
does.
not
100%. She knows
she's not
what she's
innocent in all
doing.
this. But to
I don't think
watch
she
that,
realizes what he's doing.
right? I watch her and the whole situation, and it makes me very sad because she's not getting the help she needs. I look at
No.
her physical state, and she doesn't brush her hair. She's so worried about what he's doing, and
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of meds she's on. If she's apparently she's on meds, but people like that, it's
It's very sad to
yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that support what he is doing on there.
Yep.
That is wrong in so many ways.
He says he doesn't he doesn't use her, but at the same time begs for people to pay for his rent every
Yes.
week. So it doesn't matter whether you're using her or not, you're using other people. When you sit in bed and play video games all day while somebody else takes out your dog, your roommate takes out your dog, you're no man.
Far from it.
Yeah.
At least, the way I see it. And again, people, this is what we've experienced and what we have seen and all that. This is by no way attacking people, but he, to me, is no better than a scammer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's leading her on in
Yeah.
the same way these scammers would, or the other, our traditional Nigerian scammers.
Right.
Telling her what he wants to, what she wants to hear. It's exactly what that is.
Yeah, it is.
He's an American scammer. I mean, there's look, if you watch them and watch how he interacts with her, it's like he just says whatever she wants, just to make her happy at that time.
I agree 100%. I really do.
Yeah.
So that was my tea for the night, people. And I don't care. I don't care if y'all get mad or not.
No, no. We appreciate you sharing it, you
I mean,
know?
you see so much, and that to me affects your mental health as well.
Right. Right.
You know, whether they are realizing or not, it does.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the amount of people that are supporting what he does is just blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Well, then you have like she gets up on the in a box with him and is crying her eyes out because
Yeah,
he has another woman in another box, or
yeah,
or he tells her to go do XYZ thing. Um, and if she doesn't, then he's gonna kick her out of the box. And she's crying. What kind of mental health are you promoting there? Like, how is that good? It's like, and then he'll say, "Well, you're not coming back. You're not coming back." Every time she does.
yeah.
So it's just a mind game.
And he knows what he's doing. You know, I don't care what they say. He knows
Mhm.
exactly what he's doing. He knows how to play the game.
His,
He just doesn't care.
on his life is one of his favorite phrases.
Yeah,
On my life, I never lie, and all this. It's like,
When they say, I'll never lie, they
yeah,
lie.
yeah,
yeah,
they do. They lie all the time.
yep,
Yes, yes.
They really do.
Yeah, yeah.
But
They
if
need to
we
go to
say anything,
therapy.
yeah,
yeah,
they do. They need therapy big time. But if we
yep.
say anything to them about it,
Hmm.
then they attack us.
Yeah,
You
We're
know,
just hating.
yeah, just
Yes,
like a scammer from Nigeria or
yep,
Ghana or
yeah,
even the scammers from the United States.
yeah. Yes, I'm
I
jealous
mean,
of you. I really want to live in a hotel room.
I mean, I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Crazy is not the word for it. I think
Yeah,
he's done so much uh, recreational drugs
yeah,
to put it,
yes, yes.
to put it that way. I guess he feels empowered to treat her like that, or
Yeah,
any female for that matter.
right, right. Well, Country Girl, do you have anything else you want to share before we get to a fun question?
No, just if anybody ever thinks they need to talk, friends are good to talk to, but sometimes
Yes,
we need to talk to professionals. I mean, the friend or like us four here, we could talk
yep,
to each other about anything and everything.
and we
mm-hmm,
do. Believe it or
Yeah,
not, we do.
we
mm-hmm.
really
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
And then, but we're not professionals.
Right.
So it doesn't bother you just to call and make that appointment and call and talk to somebody.
yeah,
Yes, I mean, it's nothing to be embarrassed about, nothing at
yeah.
all. And like I said, I wished I was at home to know exactly the name of the test. But there's a swab they can do and tell you what's the best anxiety medicine, what's the
Right.
best depression medicine. It's not just for one certain thing. And when
Yeah.
I get home, if I remember, I will email you all mine and show you
Okay.
exactly what all
Oh,
Okay.
it
cool. That'd
tests.
be
And
Yeah.
it's
awesome.
really cool
Okay.
because it'll show like a red list, which will make your system all whacked up. Then it has like the yellow list. You could take it, but it's not going to be as good as the red list. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the
Yeah.
red
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it
Well, that's
doesn't just
cool.
check. It checks for what's the best anxiety medicine, depression medicine, and different types. But I'll get the name of the test and then I will email you all. what my results was, and it's something to check into, everybody, because I was like, to the doctor, I was like, listen, I'm sick and tired of being a freaking guinea pig.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of going to this medicine, and in between times, you feel like you are going crazy because you feel like, oh, this medicine really ain't helping me. And then when you figure out it's really helping you, when they start breaking it down and you go off before you go on another one, you think you better get me something before I go crazy here.
Mm.
Yep. Yep.
But get professional help, no problem. There's nothing wrong with it. And
Yeah.
if you don't want any, you don't have to tell anybody. Just do it for
Yeah,
yourself.
you don't
Yeah.
have to say anything. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
and if they want to come to one of us, I would be more than happy to talk to them.
Mhm.
But just know, like both sissies have said, we're not professionals. This is just what we've been through and the treatment we've received and our experience. And we're willing to talk about it.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So just keep that in mind. We are not professionals, but
We're
any
good
one of us,
listeners.
any one of us would be more than happy to talk to you if you want that. And
That
as
sounds
for
good.
us, we do not give out names
Mm.
or information. I don't
No.
care.
I get ladies back to the romance scam. I mean,
Yes.
I had a message the other day, lady telling me her story, and they asked, "Hey, if you give me their email, I'll play my character and reach out." And I said, "I promise you, your name will not get mentioned. Nobody's name ever gets mentioned.
Right.
When people like that phone list I have, I don't put on there who gave me the phone number. I put what person is they were pretending to be, but I believe in holding confidence. Nobody needs to know
That's
everything,
right.
so
If you're not one of us four, you're not going to know.
yeah.
Yep.
So on that note, today's question, trying to decide which one, and this is the one I'm picking because I definitely want to answer it. Who do you think shouldn't be a celebrity? In my humble opinion, the fucking Kardashians.
I was just gonna say that.
I hate them more so much. They're really
Every
nobodies. They
time.
got
Yeah.
big boobs, they got
Yeah.
money. They're not real people. I mean, they're fake as hell. My daughter, I don't know if she still is, was a big fan. And every time on Facebook, it would be a Kardashian who would do the vomit emoji. And then my daughter goes, I report that. And I go, what? This was several years ago. She was still
Yeah.
in school. But I just think they are the biggest waste of space. Um,
And it's getting worse, not better.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Reality shows.
Yeah.
I would like to see more dramas and sitcoms and law, medical show. I'm sick of reality shows.
Yeah.
They make them because it's cheap and people
Yeah.
will watch them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, thank you. Oh, I want a
I
real show.
I have mine, and I will say, like the MTV Teen Moms,
Oh
so-called
my God.
celebrity. Yeah,
Yes.
Oh
like
yeah.
Yes.
they get all this attention from the show, but for what? You shouldn't have had sex at 15, and
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yep.
you should have been more careful at 15,
Yeah.
and
I
now
just,
you're getting millions of dollars.
yeah.
So,
I
Yeah.
just
Keep
felt at
having
one,
babies.
yeah.
yep.
I just felt at one point we were overwhelmed with reality shows.
I think we
I
still are.
Yeah,
I really
because
do.
I guess because I don't watch regular TV, I don't have cable anymore. I stream everything,
Yep.
and so all my shows are on all my apps and no commercials. And
I
so
like
I don't
streaming better
even.
than TV. I'm
Same.
I
sorry.
love it. I asked the girls, The only thing we watch is MS Now. They have an app, and I made sure we could watch our shows. They don't watch anything on the cable. I was paying was it 70, $80 a month for YouTube TV, which, by the way, is a good service if you're looking for something.
Yeah.
But watching it, I watch everything. I have a TV, but I watch most everything on my iPad because I sit at my desk all the time. And so yeah, and I do not watch reality shows on there. So and The
For
Bachelor, The
me,
Bachelorette, give me a break. Go out and meet a
I'm
real guy.
I'm gonna have to say the 90 Day Fiance shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And the
Those are
dance moms,
interesting.
they
I
are
do. I
Mhm.
used
more
to
than
watch
anything.
that.
I
Yeah.
watched the first, I believe it was the first 2 seasons of the 90 Day
Fiance.
Fiance shows.
Yeah.
And now they got all these other like break off shows of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's instead of it being TLC, it should be 90 Day Fiancés,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because that's
Give them
all
their own
they
channel.
show. That's all they show,
Yeah.
you know. And if they do, for the love of God, show something else besides 90 Day Fiance crap. And yes, folks, that's what it is, crap.
Mhm.
It'd be a miracle.
Well, it's staged. A lot of it's staged
Yeah.
too.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing, you know, it's staged.
You don't know
And
what's real and what's not anymore.
right. And
Well, go ahead.
Keep-
Sorry.
the people on TikTok that have this 90 Day Fiance that's been on the show, I have talked to a couple of them because I wanted to know, hey, is it really staged? And how much, if it is, how much of it is staged? And a couple of them couldn't answer because they were still under their NDA.
Yay. Yeah.
And the other ones that did answer, I won't give your all's names out, but 90% of what they showed about these couples was false. It was all staged.
Yeah. Well, like The Apprentice, Donald Trump was told this is who you're going to fire this week. He never even picked any of it. You know, it was like, this is the person you're going to fire this week. And so he didn't even have any input, really. It was his name and his brand that they used,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, crap, what was that one? Survivor?
Mm.
That's
Jack me
rigged.
with a
Yes.
me with a spoon. When that first came out, and I'm like, no, look, if you're going to really do Survivor, you're going to put them on the island and they're going to fend for themselves.
That's
Mhm.
right.
None of this helping, none of this. That's a Survivor show. Not that
Yeah.
I would want to. I watched once in season 2, I think it was, and they poked something in the cow and blood came out and they all had to drink it. I said, okay, I'm done. I never
Yeah.
liked that show. So, and it was up against Friends, and I always watched
It's about like
Friends.
that,
So,
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, Kardashians are my thorn in my side. So,
Now, I do got to admit, I used to watch the Kardashians because that was the only freaking thing that was on.
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, every time I
I'll
turn to
forgive you.
the freaking TV, there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, no, thank you.
yeah,
Mhm.
Nah, I
Yeah.
don't care. You know, whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
why in the hell they're famous. I don't know why the ones on 90 Day Fiance famous or any of these other freaking shows.
yeah.
They all need to
Yeah.
be canceled. Every one
Yeah.
of them.
Yes.
Yep.
And the bring back the writers, write some sitcoms, write some dramas. I mean, there's pages on TikTok that I follow, and they show old clips of old TV shows, like
Right.
Yeah.
the one with called Family with Christy McNichol. I love that show. That was on when I was in school, and I loved her. And I'm trying to think of just some of the other, like Dynasty. I was a huge Dynasty fan.
Yes, I love
Knots
Dynasty.
Landing,
Not
Dallas.
Landing, Dallas.
I did not get into Falcon Crest at all. That was on Friday nights, I think. But,
90210.
Mm.
I watched the original. I did. Even though
Yes.
those kids were younger than me, I loved that show. I thought it was cool, you know?
You
So,
won't do that
yeah,
now, though.
Charlie's Angels.
I love Charlie's Angels.
You can see I'm doing the pose. So, yeah, those, you know, I miss good shows. So,
Yeah.
well, this has been a fabulous episode. Of course, every episode is fabulous with the Unfiltered Four.
We
Yep.
try. We try.
Yeah. So, anybody have any closing remarks?
Mm,
As both Sissy said, just keep in mind, talk to your
gotta-
doctor.
yeah.
You know, there's no shame in going and getting help.
And again, you gotta love yourself before you can love somebody
Yes.
else.
Right.
Exactly.
I have that on a shirt. So,
Yeah.
so thank you for tuning in, folks. I hope you enjoy our little episode, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone. Love
Thank
you
you,
all.
everyone. Love you
everyone.
all.